Okay, so the title of this episode is So Much Soccer, and now it's time to talk about so much soccer. Okay, so start with Wrexham because the West Coast tour is coming. It starts this week. They're playing Saturday at Santa Barbara against Bournemouth. So another English side that bounces between Premier League and Championship League. I think they're still up at the Premier this year.
Yeah, they're in the Prem this year, but I think they were middle of the road in the
Yeah, about 12th or
championship.
so, something like
Yeah,
that. It felt, basically, if you're not in the top eight, like really top six, nobody cares. But all the top teams are in the top eight or so of the Premiership, and then the bottom 12 or so, depending on the season, could find themselves in danger of getting a demoted. You know,
yeah.
so
I
that'll be
think
fun.
that's gonna be out of these matches. I think that's gonna be probably the one if you're a big Wrexham fan. I think Wrexham is gonna play all their players and give it everything they got, and Bournemouth will do the same thing. The next few matches, though, I mean, go ahead with the other ones. I don't
Yeah.
think that they're going to
So
shell out.
next week, they're going to be playing Chelsea, and that's going to be local to the Bay Area at Levi's Stadium. Uh, and Chelsea's not going to not going to be suiting up their ones for that one. No way,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely not. So that'll be just a fun little scrimmage, I guess. And then Saturday versus the Vancouver Whitecaps up in Vancouver, the 27th. Excuse me. So that'll be up there, and they'll. I think Vancouver actually is probably going to be a pretty good measuring stick. I think I haven't checked where Vancouver is in the standings for MLS, but they're an MLS side, and I would have to think that they're going to be playing most of their regulars. I would think if they're not preoccupied with. I just checked, they're sixth in the Western Conference, so they're solidly in a playoff spot. I would think that they're going to play more of their regulars than not. I would think so. That'd be a pretty good measuring stick for a third tier British side versus a top tier American side. That'll be pretty close. I think
It,
that's a
it
sneaky one. They could
it's
probably give
also
it a
a
run.
like a homecoming match for Ryan Reynolds as well too. So
Right.
it's pretty much a
Yeah.
parade for what he has put his money towards to show his countrymen.
Right.
Yeah, I think Vancouver Whitecaps is probably going to play hard just because how often you get to play against English Premier League teams or at least English football clubs. So I think that's going to happen. I think Bournemouth is going to be a good test for Wrexham because they're trying to see what they measure against a championship team. And also too, it's a good measurement too because I think in the first draw, Wrexham is going to be playing in the uh, in the cup here. I want to say they're playing. Oh my god, they got exited out by them last time too.
Oh,
But
in the FA Cup.
yeah, they're playing another championship team.
Yeah, you'll have to look that up.
So, but anyways, I think it's a good measuring stick just to be like, hey, like we lost to a championship team, a year ago. How do we look a year from now against another championship team? So, at least that's my theory. I'm
All
going
right,
with
so
it.
Tim, let's move on to the local side for the and they just did not get the job done again. Surprisingly, I know they lose 2-1 versus Sporting Kansas City. They're currently 4 wins, 2 draws, and 17 losses.
Are they
Holy
in
shit,
last place
they are
without
in
even
dead
looking?
last,
Are they in last?
dead fucking last.
What a shocker!
Yeah, I know, right? So you know what though? It's let's see. Points. Oh yeah. Okay, so St. Louis is in 13th place. They're 8 points clear of San Jose. And then if you just want to go over to the Eastern Conference, Philadelphia Soul. No, not Soul. Philadelphia Union. Excuse me. I went with the AFL team there for a second. Oops. The Philadelphia Union have 21 points, so they're 7 points clear of San Jose. So not only is San Jose dead last, they're 3 games out of like catching second to last. Man, this is an embarrassment. You could actually hear the fans chanting "fuck John Fisher" echoing through the stadium late in the game by the ultras. So they're they're getting louder, man, and it's easy for that to echo because that stadium is not filled. You know, not a lot of bodies to deaden the sound, man. That thing just bounces, and it is. It's so frustrating that this
Well, that's
man is
because
allowed to own teams, man.
that's because the audio is bouncing off all the empty seats.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why it can reverberate. It's not just hitting, you know, clothes and deadening. So I screwed that up and didn't put the next game that they're playing. It's
I mean, does it matter? They're
look up.
probably gonna
It
take an
doesn't.
L.
They're gonna take an L. I'm looking it up right now. They're
How many games do
playing
we have left? How
Houston.
many games do we have left?
So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 11 games left. So this week they actually have 2 games. They have Houston on Wednesday, and then
That's
Saturday
an
they're
L.
playing at Minnesota.
That's also
Um,
an L.
yeah, man. So and then after that, I believe they have the League's Cup with like Mexico, and so that'll be a big break until the toward the end of August.
Okay. Okay.
So So yeah, you're gonna you got one more week of us bitching about John Fisher for the soccer side, and then we get to shut up for about a month or so. Um, yeah, so let's move on to Bay FC. And as a reminder, they're done. Their season is on hiatus right now, regular season, but they are playing in the Summer Cup, which is with the women's league in Mexico, and they were
Okay.
put in a group with Angel City FC, San Diego Wave, and Club America from Mexico. So, so there's your schedule. They got these 3 games, and then the winner of this group gets to go on to the playoffs, and nobody else. So if you don't win all 3, you're basically done. You could get away with a draw and winning the other 2, but then it goes down to goal differential maybe, and it's a mess. Anyway, so just one other note that I don't have in here for Bay FC is they traded Scarlett Camberos to Club America. Actually, it's the team she was playing on a couple years ago, but there was actually this really scary incident with like a stalker, and the police didn't really do anything at the time, and so she ended up requesting a trade. She ended up at Angel City, and then through the expansion process, that's how she found her way traded to Bay FC. So that's how she ended up here. But it sounds like she feels more comfortable being back down there with a club that she was actually a captain for. So they made it work, and they were able to send her back to a place that she felt really comfortable and loved being at outside of that, the one thing. So good on her, and we all wish her the best, and we have nothing but good things to say about her. She played well. She got the game-winning goal actually against San Diego Wave at the game that I was at on May 17th. So, yeah, so a little bit of a sad situation there, but yeah. So best of luck to her. Um, so let's move on to the U.S. soccer news and notes. Tim, let's move on. And we're gonna talk first up. Greg Berhalter, he's gone. He gone. Uh, we've been saying it's been time basically since the World Cup. They brought him back for some reason after 6 months of not having him back. They like decided to bring him back after that, and it just has not worked out. He after getting that early bounce out of Copa this year, he had to go, and I'm glad that he's gone. There, people were already talking about big game hunting, trying to find the biggest name to replace him, and I don't know who that ends up being. Like Jurgen Klopp already said, "No, I meant it when I said I'm taking a break." Um, so it's not going to be Jurgen Klopp. We know that it's not going to be Pep Guardiola. Okay, we know that. Let's set our expectations a little bit lower. We're not
Jim Curtin.
fucking hell. I don't want it to be another MLS coach. I need it to be somebody bigger than that. Go steal somebody that's about to get demoted from the championship, throw them in England. Somebody I don't know, man. Just it's too much, man. This is I can't do another MLS coach. They're just when the lights are brightest, they're not good enough. It's not good enough, and they don't get the job done. So
Phil Parkinson.
yeah, Parky's not doing it. He's staying put, man. Yeah. So, other news: U.S. Women's National Team announced that Katarina Macario is out for the Olympics due to knee soreness. So, Lynn Williams is replacing her, and defender Emily Sams is going to head to Paris as an alternate since Lynn was called up to the main team. They are playing two World Cup Olympic send-off games. Excuse me, not World Cup. They're playing Olympic send-off games. They get the win against Mexico 1-0 on Saturday, and that honored the '99 World Cup team. And so all of like Mia Hamm and Julie Foudy and Brianna Scurry and all of them, they were there. Uh, and the other game that's happening right now, actually, as we speak, is they're playing Costa Rica, and that game is scoreless right now. Uh, the team has been playing with the ball on their end the entire match, basically. Just a couple of fun notes about this: the U.S. Women's National Team has won all 17 prior meetings by a combined score of 90-2, and this is also Captain Lindsey Horan's 150th career game, and it's also Emma Hayes' fourth game with the team after coaching Chelsea on the women's side forever. Every other U.S. Women's National Team head coach has had at least 16 games before a major tournament. So she's really trying to squeeze it all in, get as many combinations and stuff happening as much as possible. And yeah, 66 minutes still scoreless, but still attacking. So they just need to start finding the final touch, man. Like I don't know what it is, just the final, put it in the net. They got the players to do it. So I just don't. They just need to do it now at this point. So, as far as the Olympics go, their schedule is Zambia on the 25th, Germany on the 28th, and Australia on the 31st. And after that, that's when the playoff bracket will start from there.
Okay.
So there we go. I think. Do you have any other notes and stuff for
I got a
Euro?
fun little game if we can squeeze it in at the end here, but we could do this at the very end here because
Okay.
it combines soccer and baseball. So
All right.
we'll see if we can do this at the
Yeah.
end here.
Sounds good. So, all right, let's talk now just about the big championships that were happening. Go ahead and move to the next image, Tim. So we have Pro and Common Ball Copa America. So, as so for the Copa America game, the Argentina wins 1-0 against Colombia, and the big news out of that game was Messi injured his leg. He's out indefinitely. It's a ligament in his right ankle, and that fucker was puffed up as big as a bowling ball, man. That like, did you see some of those shots, man, of it?
Inter Miami is I could say that their whole season just took a whole entire 180 turn on them.
Right. So I mean, let's see. Inter Miami, they're like I just had it up. Their standings, they're at the top of the East, I believe. No, I take that back. They're in second. So they're right there with Cincinnati, like only a point back. So this is huge for them. They're obviously without Leo Messi there, scoring goals at will, essentially. That's going to be a huge loss for them. We'll see if they can keep pace with Cincinnati while he heals up. Um, yeah, so there's that. And then in Euro 2024, Spain gets the win over England. That's their fourth European championship. That's number one all time. Three of those championships have come in the last 20 years, including this year. So they're uh they're really turning it on as of late, to say the least. All three of those goals were scored in the second half, and Spain actually went undefeated and outscored all the other teams 15-4 over the entire tournament. So Spain really was just the top team through the entire way, man. So and then England fired Gareth Southgate, their manager, or at least he resigned
Yeah,
on Tuesday after losing in the
he
final.
did what Berhalter should have done.
Exactly. Yeah, respect to that man. And I don't think Southgate is going to be the answer. Let me just throw that out there. I don't think he's the. I don't think he's the one. He
I don't
would be
even
in a.
think he'd want to come coach
I
Team
don't think he would
USA.
want to coach, but I don't think he's the one, guys. Let's not do that. Let's not. He's walking away for a reason. He's basically England's version of Greg Berhalter, I think. Uh,
Oh well, no, I
underachieving
mean
in their
you got
opinions.
the three lions competitive, and I would say the last World Cup and this one they were a lot more competitive than they
Oh
have.
yeah, yeah. The last Euro and then this Euro and then the World Cup, they were a lot better, I think. But also, is that the players figuring it out in spite of him, or is it his
Philosophy and
his
how he
philosophy and
coaches.
everything? Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's kind of the discussion that is happening on the internet, which of course has nothing but sane and rational discussions at all times, every time.
the
Like
internet's
there's
always rational
it's
and
very
sane.
calm. Nothing bad ever is said or happens on the
Yeah,
internet at all. Um,
nothing. What time is it?
okay. So that is your soccer news.